Why, hello there. Hey. I know. It's been a while, hasn't it? Not seen me in a bit, other than a few random little updates here and there. But let's go ahead and get this done. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. In that urine stream, it looks a little dark, which means I should drink more. That will, the color of one's urine definitely dictates if someone is dehydrated or not. Now, we're gonna see if we can get this. To look somewhat. See if this works a little better. We'll see. Anyways, I'm doing pretty good. Been a few minor changes here and there. Nothing too terrible. Nothing all that great though. So, figured I would start everything off with a sports update. For those that have not seen my video, Alabama lost. Yes, Alabama lost. They lost. Tennessee beat Alabama. So, for all the people that are fans of the Crimson Tide or the Period Wave, Alabama lost. Now, me being a Texas Longhorns fan, I want to point out that they won. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, they lost. Washington won, the Giants won, and the Eagles won. So the NFC East, everyone won except for my boys. The Browns lost to the Patriots. The Colts looked pretty good. Green Bay lost again. Makes me happy. The Rams are 3-3, tied with the Seahawks and the 49ers for the worst division. I don't know, NFC South's pretty bad too. Tampa Bay lost a close one to the Steelers, and the Bengals look good against the Saints. Really, the big game, the one that everyone should be talking about, the close game, the exciting game, was the Bills defeated the Kansas City Chiefs in a great game. I watched it while I was at Gold Star Chili. So the Bills are now 5-1. The Bengals have fallen to 3-3, and the Chiefs have fallen to 4-2. But it all looks to be a pretty decent football season. Who is your team? And how are they doing? If your team sucks, that's okay. 135 years ago, my father sat me and my brother down. Now, I had NFL curtains, sheets, and comforter. Yeah. And I'm a little kid. All 28 teams were on there. Now, the Bengals, their helmet just said Bengals on the side. They didn't have the stripes yet. Seahawks had the old helmets that aren't nearly as cool as they are now. Patriots had the old cheesy helmets that I like better than the ones they have now. And the Broncos had the cool helmet. Like the dude in on a bucking Bronco, like waving his fucking football helmet like it was a cowboy hat. Yeah. And Tampa Bay had possibly the ugliest fucking uniform in football. But Dad sits us down, and military family. So my father is from this place in the southeast, and I've never lived there. My brother has never lived there. We both visited, but neither of us have ever lived there. And I think my brother might have done kindergarten there for like half a year. But that place doesn't have a football team. So Dad's like, you boys are old enough to pick your favorite football teams, so you know who to cheer for. And because of that, I can't get into a sport unless I've got someone to cheer for. So I'm having a little trouble with hockey. I want to cheer for the Sabres, but I hate their colors. And while I stick with Texas on everything, I'm not going to cheer for a Texas fucking hockey team. That's just wrong. No. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm like, alright, well, I want to cheer for Texas. Well, Texas has two teams. Ooh. Who are they? Well, you've got the Cowboys and the Oilers. Young kid like me, Cowboys, that's awesome. Everyone likes to play Cowboys, cops and robbers, Wild West, yeah. Obvious, Cowboys. Now, what I did not know was they were not a great team at the time. And my brother, he looks and he sees the best looking helmet. And he's right. He chooses the best looking helmet. The LA Rams. They do have the best looking uniforms. Anyone that disagrees, that's fine. It's okay to be wrong. Well, we have both stuck by our teams. And with Jim Everett, the Rams actually looked pretty good, and they made some playoff runs. Flipper Anderson as wide receiver, just fucking fantastic. And me, Cowboys go 1-15, right? And they've got my favorite football player, Herschel Walker. One, the name is cool. Herschel, like chocolate. Walker, he's a running back. That shit, just fucking loved it. Herschel, like chocolate, and he's black. And Walker, and he's a running back. And he's really, really good. And he plays for my favorite team. Love Herschel Walker. And yeah, when you're like 5-6 years old, the black guy's named Hershey because he's the same color as a chocolate bar. It wasn't racist. It's observational. My best friend was black. And he thought it was funny too. Because we were little kids. But Herschel gets traded, and I'm not happy. But that trade gets them Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, fucking Jay Novacek joins the team. I mean, just fucking, yeah. So, my Cowboys win 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. My brother's LA Rams, nope. Then, as we are older, grown, they fucking moved to San Francisco, or St. Louis, and win a Super Bowl. And then they changed their fucking helmets from the fucking gorgeous yellow and blue to gold, this shitty gold color that looks more like brass. Because we won the Super. Nah. But the reason why I bring this up, my brother, old as fuck as we are, finally got to watch his LA Rams win a Super Bowl. Show some loyalty. We've stuck with our teams. Now, my father, he has, since before the Super Bowl, since I think the first Super Bowl, he has always gone for the Packers because of that coach they had. They named the trophy after, and I fucking hate the Packers, but that's okay. But yeah, loyalty. Now, basketball. My team was the Seattle Sonics. Green's my favorite color, as you can see on the screen. And I thought it was a cool name. I like alliteration. My team was stolen, so I went next best, the Spurs. That's my team. I like the color pattern, simple, looks good on me. As a cavalryman, I have my Spurs. And when I became a medic later on in my career, I was stationed in San Antonio, and it's a fantastic, fucking great city. Love San Antonio. Well, baseball, I guess the Rangers, but I'm not real passionate about that. So, I don't know. When it comes to soccer, the only soccer team I actually cheer for is Saint Etienne, Les Verts, which is French league. Saint Etienne, actually a pretty nice place though. It's basically a suburb of Paris, but a lot of central France is, to be fair. So, in other news, at a Missouri elementary school, they found radioactive waste. There is significant radioactive contamination at an elementary school in suburban St. Louis, where nuclear weapons were produced during World War II, according to a new report by environmental investigation consultants. The Boston Chemical Data Corps confirmed fears about contamination at Jana Elementary School in the Hazelwood School District in Florissant, raised by a previous Army Corps of Engineers study. Yeah, that's not good. I do like the song Radioactive. At least two of my kids really like it. But I don't want my kids radioactive. It does remind me of, I used to live on Edgewood Army Arsenal. Or Proving Grounds. Aberdeen Proving Grounds is that big base, but housing was on Edgewood. And that's where they stored all the chemical weapons. And there's a lot of them. Well, there were a couple instances where the Army would come. Would come and they're spraying for mosquitoes, but they're like wearing full mop gear and and they would evacuate housing for it. They called it the Nike Cleanup Project. They did that, and they were replacing the lead pipes in the housing area, wearing chemical protective gear. So yeah, there was a little time in my childhood where we were concerned that my brother and I might grow, antlers or something. Never happened. No, my extraordinary growth was contained to squirrel. Sorry. That's not funny, except for the part where it's funny. So I've been watching some movies. I want to talk about the Munsters that they did. I have to say, I liked it. I did. I think that a lot of people that are I do think that a lot of people that are attacking it they're not attacking it for the right reasons. If you're like, well, it seems a little, seems to me that it's a little bit cheesy and silly. Great. So, the show was too. The comedy doesn't quite hit. Well, I think it was a B-, C+ adaptation of the Munsters. Now, is it a good movie on its own? Like, I've never seen the Munsters. I don't know about the Munsters. Never watched it. Let me go watch this movie, and it's gonna be hit and miss. You're either gonna really like it, or you're gonna be like, that was a waste of time and money. I think a Munsters fan is going to enjoy the movie. The biggest complaint would be, and I like her, but Rob Zombie's wife is probably the weakest part of the cast. And she does fine. She doesn't do good. She doesn't do bad. She's fine. The chemistry she has with everyone makes up for it. The dude that plays Herman, I think he's fantastic. He's not imitating Fred Gwynn. He's playing Herman Munster. It's kind of his take on it. He has different mannerisms than Fred Gwynn, but it's still true to the character. I think he's possibly... No, he's not the best part. But he's pretty fucking amazing. No, Grandpa was perfect. There is no way you improve on his performance as Grandpa. And maybe you don't like the facial hair, fine. But the performance is absolutely fucking perfect. Splatter. His big complaint on the movie is he wants it in black and white. He's been on a big black and white kick lately. And he's not wrong. But I think doing a movie in 2022 in black and white comes off as artsy. Maybe slightly pretentious, serious, not lighthearted, silly, and goofy, which is what this movie is. So, I know Rob Zombie had talked about doing it black and white. The studio said no. I think doing it with bright, vibrant colors. You don't want to do an imitation of the Munsters. You don't want to do it exactly as the show was. You want a new take on it so that it's still fresh. And it being in color, I think, makes it enough of a change that it can stay fresh without, But I could be wrong. It's my opinion. As a fan of the Munsters, I liked it. I would watch another one. I would like to see where Rob Zombie would take it. And I expect it to get crucified by critics and the general audience. Just as they did for House of a Thousand Corpses. Just as they really have done for all of his movies. And the only part of his filmography I'm not a fan of is the Halloween movies. I think if you're going to redo Halloween as dark and gritty, fine. I didn't see a reason for it. But that's just me. The other movie I want to talk about. Now, this is going to be very, very spoiler heavy. So, trigger warning, and let me do this as well. Boom. In fact, I'll one-up it. And there we go. Spoilers! Alright. Halloween ends. I did not like it. Now, I don't think it's bad. I don't think they did a bad job on it. I'm simply saying I did not like it. If you're a real fan of the originals, then you're either going to love this, like A-, or you're going to fucking hate parts of it and think it's just awful. So this is the third in the sequel, reboot, requel, I don't know. The ones that picked up right after the original and ignored the 19 or 23 or 58 fucking sequels that they've done. The acting is good. The cast is good. The story is what I don't like. They bring in, like, Jason gets like a minion. Not Jason, Michael. Well, let me just go through what happens, right? So this is 4 years after the last movie, right? And now Lori lives like her granddaughter, Allison. And the town all fucking shits on Lori because she tempted Michael into coming back. And Allison starts banging this kid named Corey, who's like, everyone's gonna see it now, but basically Jeffrey Dahmer. He kind of reminds you of Jeffrey Dahmer, nerdy kid glasses, right? But Corey's not a bad kid. He's weird. He had a fucked up incident in his childhood. He was a babysitter. Basically tried to scare this kid after watching a scary movie. John Carpenter's The Thing, I think. And the kid fucking takes a header off the fucking stairs and like dies. So everyone's like bullying this Corey kid, right? All the high school kids fuck with him. Everyone treats him like shit. And you feel sympathy for him. And then Michael Myers grabs him, right? Fucking holds him up and looks into his eyes. And he sees the same evil. So he lets him go. Spares his life. And he starts like training Corey on how to be like a fucking serial killer like him. So Corey is off there killing people, right? And basically Laurie's like, oh, he's like the second coming of Michael, blah blah blah. And then Corey's not that evil, you know, he wants to be a serial killer but not his girlfriend's grandmother. So Michael Myers kills him. Then he goes after Laurie, and Laurie fucking kills him with the help of her granddaughter. They take his mask off, and then they fucking put him on like the roof of their car, and they lead a parade through town to grind his body up in the junkyard. And Laurie's gonna be happy and start banging the cop, and her granddaughter's gonna take off and start a new life, new adventure. That's the movie. It's not bad. I didn't like it. I don't like Michael Myers like training this kid. Like, I get the idea behind it of like, oh, we're gonna make it, and Michael Myers doesn't show up until like 6 hours into the movie. I know it's not actually 6 hours, but the movie felt that long. Lots of build up, lots of build up, lots of build up. And then yeah. So there we go. Spoilers over. Through the veil. Always happy to see you popping up. But yeah, that's my take on Halloween Ends. You know, it's perfectly fine. I believe if you're a fan of Halloween, the originals, you're either going to really love the way they end it, because it's a proper ending, a real conclusion. There's not like, Michael Myers will be back. No. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly harsh. But that's my take on it. Perfectly good movie. I said my complaints with it. If it seems like something you'd want to check out, I think you should. If you're on the fence, go watch it. It's not a bad movie by any means. They did a good job on it. I just don't agree with some of the things. Alright. Now, obviously, I agree. Jason all the way. Friday 13th. I'm actually, for once, not wearing my Friday 13th socks. Yes, I have Friday 13th socks. I mean, plus, Jason. That's where Jay comes from. But, you're wrong on the space adventure. This space adventure is awesome. It's dumb, sure. But Jason X? Hell yeah. The android fucking chick? Yeah. And when they're like, oh, we'll slow him down with the fucking hologram topless campers, and then just cuts back and he's got him in a sleeping bag banging him against a tree. Yeah, it was a fun, stupid movie. It delivered the gore. It didn't really change the it made the story. I liked it. I liked Jason X. My least favorite is Friday 13th Part 9. Jason Goes to Hell. It's the second fucking time they did a Friday 13th movie with no Jason. Well, I know the soul of Jason goes into different people, blah blah blah. It's a good movie if it's not a Friday 13th movie. And the one where, like, it's not really Jason, it's the fucking perverted bus driver that's the killer. At least they allude to it. Yeah. But yeah, I liked it. I like it better than Jason Goes to Hell. Jason Goes to Hell, I didn't like at all. Yeah, Brooklyn. Now, something I want to try to do, is pepper in some Benji quotes. My personal opinion, one of the finest men, definitely the finest president we've ever had. Oh, God, I'm old. But I'm going to pepper some of his quotes in here. Alright. Honesty has never made a good bargain. Which is completely true. Which, there's a slightly related Shakespeare quote. There is nothing good and nothing that is bad. It is our thinking that makes it so. But I think that's Shakespeare. I could be wrong. But 30 minutes in, yeah, time for the meat and potatoes of my podcast, where I jump on to something actually mildly interesting, other than just talking about movies and news stories. Today, I want to talk. Hopefully the glare's not so bad. I know the glare annoys the piss out of me. Can't be helped. Alright. For the meat and potatoes. HAARP. HAARP. And no, not for us old fuckers when we retire. Although AARP, if you're on the fence about joining them, they have special concerts that you can only go to if you're a member. Like, one year it was foreigner. Like, come on. That's pretty badass. Anyways, this HAARP is the high frequency. H for high frequency. I know, it should be HF, but HAARP doesn't sound as good. For the high frequency active auroral research project. Right? Because how much more innocuous could you be than researching the Northern Lights? Right? Well, that actually depends on who you ask. You see, HAARP is a research program based in Alaska to study the ionosphere and aurora effects in the atmosphere. It's run jointly by the Air Force and the Navy. Now, if you're curious as to why the Air Force and the Navy are curious about the Northern Lights, well, you're not the only one. Now, there is a perfectly reasonable explanation. You see, according to HAARP, which, unlike insidious government conspiracies, this one has its own website. And it's because the DoD operates numerous communication and navigation systems whose signals either depend on reflections from the ionosphere or must pass through the ionosphere to satellites. There's obvious DoD interest in understanding the ionosphere's effect on these systems to improve our reliability and performance. That's great. Makes sense. So why is HAARP cut conspiracy theories? I mean, Area 51, I got it. Spaceships, mystery fucking objects flying around, and, bunkers, and Janet, their own little airline. I mean, all that secret, but come on. Bunch of fuckers up there in the Northern Lights, just looking in the sky. What's crazy? Well, I am glad you asked. Let me pull up that. See? Glad someone asked. First off, there's the basic nature of the project. It has scores of radio antenna pumping massive high-frequency directional broadcasts into the air for the purpose of heating the ionosphere. Yes, that is actually the reason. That's not conspiracy theory. It is blasting electromagnetic radiation into the sky to microwave the outer layer atmosphere for research purposes. So does that sound a little less innocuous, maybe? Maybe. Well, some people, purporting to be government employees with privileged information, claim that HAARP is actually using some sort of massive destructor beam for nefarious purposes. My opinion, that's a little exaggerated. See, the 3,600 kilowatts of energy originating from the project are completely harmless. Now, some people claim it's more like 3,600 gigawatts, but even then, it's not that bad, right? I mean, it does create some normal variations. See, but the claims about HAARP made by these ubiquitous people in the know, that's nameless, it really boils down to this. HAARP is a giant death ray, based on a design contained in the notes by inventor Nikola Tesla, seized by the FBI after his death. Now, this is a very, very popular theory, but only because it's actually true. Well, not the death ray part. Well, okay. Tesla did claim to have developed a death ray that has similar configuration to HAARP's configuration, and his scientific papers were seized, and that is a matter of public record. But just because Tesla's death ray with similar structure to HAARP's ionosphere testing does not mean they made a death ray. They're simply just heating up the ionosphere to do research. That's all. Not a death ray. Now, some people have claimed that it's a weather machine. Now, there's a little logic to that one, because, if a butterfly's wings beating in Tibet can cause El Nino in Guatemala, then a gigawatt of electromagnetic radiation might be able to do something. But here's my issue with that. There's no major benefit to... Now, yes, there's benefit to controlling the weather, obviously. But there's no real benefit to heating up the ionosphere. There's no benefit as far as weather goes. Now, does it create global warming? No. Global warming is a misnomer. Global warming was caused by the hole in the ozone layer, which actually started to heal itself. Yay us. All this getting rid of the fucking, stop using that type of hairspray and, limits on regulating factories and gasoline no longer being leaded. All of these things made a huge difference, and whether you believe or don't believe in climate change, I'm not my fucking discussion of the day, but regardless on where your stance on climate change is, that global warming and the hole in the ozone layer was a real fucking problem, and we truly did come together and improve things. It's not perfect, but we have done enough where we may have honestly saved the world. I mean, granted, we may still destroy it, but it'd probably be for different reasons than, the hole in the ozone layer. So no, heating up the ionosphere is not going to substantially change weather. Unless they've got some magical, mystical thing that makes no logical sense. Now, here is another strong conspiracy theory. HAARP is an earthquake machine. Yep. And this does have some basis in the fact that Tesla does have some inventions that could possibly create earthquakes. So HAARP obviously could be using that technology to make earthquakes. Except it's pointing up, not down. So yeah, I don't buy the earthquake thing. Now, if you want to say, well, it's causing hurricanes, that might be more believable. I mean, obviously, I would be very questionable on that. But I don't have a quick, obvious, wait a minute. But yeah, earthquakes, no. Nope. But yes, heating the ionosphere, or maybe they're putting something up there that might create hurricanes. I doubt it, though. HAARP has created a doomsday machine that is ripping a hole in the atmosphere. That sounds cool. Like, that sounds like a nice, scary thing. Make it the plot of a movie. But no. One, you can't rip a hole in the atmosphere. Now, I know I just talked about the ozone layer. That wasn't like a hole that was ripped. That was just the outer layer, chemicals. Yeah. Also, why? Why? Like, there's no reason to do that. It benefits nothing. And why would the ozone layer be healing? Now, if you want to say it's some magical fucking thing that is healing the ozone layer, alright, cool. Sure, don't know how, but maybe. Maybe they heat up the atmosphere, they heat up the ionosphere so that it burns the chemicals that were cutting out the ozone layer. I don't know, maybe. Doubtful, but sure. And there are two more. HAARP is a giant mind control broadcasting machine. Okay. Let's look at the evidence. One, people are pretty fucking stupid these days. Two, people are pretty fucking annoying these days. Is that what the big important people want? I don't know. Probably not. And the last one. HAARP has something to do with UFOs. It could be signaling them. It could be blasting them from the skies. Or it could be fueling UFOs so that they will stay and continue to feed our lizard overlords technology. Last half of that's stupid, but okay. So where do I stand on this? The death ray, I don't totally buy it, but I don't have any obvious nope, stupid, because a lot of stupid things turn out to be true. Weather control, no, I'm not on that one. Earthquake machine, no. Hurricane machine has better chance of passing the bullshit test, but not much better. Is it to heal the ozone? Maybe. UFOs, that sounds pretty realistic. Mind control, I don't know how heating up the ionosphere would do that. And maybe the heating of the ionosphere is a side effect of all the fucking whatever. I don't know. I just think it is interesting that the HAARP project has so much fucking crazy stuff about it. Let's see. Alright, I see that Through the Veil has gone to bed. Let's see. That is very, very kind of you. I appreciate that. I want to say it's 50 or 55. But yes, thank you for popping in Through the Veil. It is always good to see you. and I hope that you guys are doing well in your location. So, what thoughts do you guys have on HAARP? Is it just same old bullshit? I mean, I don't know. But it does make me want to share another Benji quote. When I say Benji, I mean Benjamin Franklin. When I'm ranking presidents, Benjamin Franklin is always among the best, most effective presidents. He's also always among the best, finest people. Because they're not always the same, you see. You can be a great president and a terrible fucking person. And you can be a great person and a terrible fucking president. Not getting all political here, but Jimmy Carter is a great person. In the last 50 to 100 years, I'll go with the last 100 years. In the last 100 years, there has not been a better human being, a finer person to be president than Jimmy Carter. He's also among the bottom 5 presidents of all time. He is one of the worst presidents of all time. He fucking destroyed a lot of things, and he was an awful, awful fucking president, but a wonderful human being. I have a lot of admiration for him as a husband and father and brother, and I truly respect his opinions on how to live life and how to be a better person. I just think he's way too kind and way too good to lead a country. Now, good old Donnie Trump. I think Donald Trump is an absolutely horrible fucking person. I don't like him. I probably wouldn't get along with him. I also think his repealing of NAFTA, his diplomacy in the Middle East, his diplomacy with North Korea, the energy independence that we gained. I think he's among one of the effective and best presidents we've had in the last 100 years. I just think he's not a very good person. I don't like him. But I also don't gauge things on how much I like a person. Sometimes assholes are good at a job. But good old Benjamin Franklin. He is among the best. Now I know, he was never president. But wasn't he? I mean, he is who kept the war from France happening when John Adams was president. He is the one who mellowed out Thomas Jefferson. He was in every way a president without ever holding the title, because he was just more effective from the outside. But yeah, great fucking dude. Great dude. Fucking love the hell out of Benji. Now, the doorstep to the Temple of Wisdom is a knowledge of our own ignorance. Pretty damn good quote, I think. A smart man knows a lot of things. A wise man knows what he doesn't know. Not trying to be an arrogant, pretentious prick, because I'm not arrogant, I'm just pretentious. But no, I am a lot of people would consider me intelligent. And a big reason for this is I am interested and I like to get involved in a multitude of different things. I'm an expert at nothing, but I'm a jack of all trades. Like, when we're talking about math, I'm not a mathematician by any means. I do, however, have a fondness for math to an extent. History, probably most knowledgeable on that. For geopolitical issues, sports, I try to stay in the conversation. I talk to people that know more than me, and I try to learn from them. And then I find people that completely disagree with that person, and try to learn from them. And generally, I can converse with people on generally any topic. They may have to dumb it down, but I do pride myself on trying to be an open-minded person. But I very much know where my limitations are. I try to. So yeah, there's that. The strictest laws become the severest injustice. Now, Ben Franklin said this in 1706. So, a long-ass time before the Declaration of Independence. My political leanings, I am a libertarian in a strict sense, or in a loose sense, I should say. I want freedom. I want us all to be free to live our lives however we want, as long as we're not causing shit for other people. Hot topic. Abortion. That is possibly the toughest conversation to have, because you got, absolutists on both sides, but it really involves two people or two sides, and I don't know. I definitely don't want the federal government involved at all. I think kicking it down to a local government is a better way to do it. That way, if you live in Georgia and you think the heartbeat bill is shitty, that's alright, just hop on over to South Kakalaki or Florida or wherever. That's why it's one of the biggest benefits to the United States, is you got 50 motherfuckers that can all have their own set of rules on this particular topic. So you can find what fits. But drugs, I don't see a reason to have drug laws. I don't. I don't see a reason to have prostitution laws. There's a lot of things I find morally wrong that I want legalized. That's my political leanings. No victim, no crime, and I want the government to back the fuck up on everything. And the last two things, just to wrap everything up. Good old Benjamin Franklin. So, last drink. Last thing before I wrap it up. Probably last drink. The U.S. Constitution does not guarantee happiness. Only the pursuit of it. You have to catch that yourself. That's the reason why I saved that for last. Well, two reasons. One, it's one of my favorite fucking quotes of his. You have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I mean, yes. If you're not getting in the way of my life, my liberty, or my pursuit of happiness, then I don't care. I don't care what you do. Consenting adults doing things with consenting adults. Cool. Do I have to pay for it? Do I have to do anything? Does it prevent me from doing anything? Cool. And I would like to read the 24th Amendment of the Constitution. I randomly picked that one, but with midterm elections coming up, it actually is a nice one. The 24th Amendment has two sections. The right of citizens of the United States to vote in any primary or other election for president or vice president, for electors of the president or vice president, or for senator or representative in Congress, shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state by reason of failure to pay any poll tax or other tax. Section 2. Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. There's a lot of discussions about voting rights. And if you are 18 and a citizen and can show proof of those two things, then there should be nothing to stop you from voting. That's where I stand. I also think the voting age, drinking age, smoking age should all be the same. Otherwise, we have this second-class citizen. You can join the military, but you can't vote. I got some good, wonderful friends, Vietnam veterans, who went off and fought a war and came home, but can't vote. It was it 27th Amendment that changed that? Oh, I should know this. I should fucking know this. I went to school for this. You know, it's funny if you look at my toolbar, my save shit, right? It's like some adult stuff. It was 26th Amendment. Wow. By the way, the last amendment in the Constitution was about raising the salary of the congressman. But no, I think you should vote. I think you should get educated and vote. Now, I don't mean get educated on, well, what party do I like and vote for that party. No. I want some ballot changes. I don't want the person's political party listed on the ballot. Whoops. But, yeah. I don't. But that's probably mean. It's I think what's most important is your local elections, right? Like, oh, what congressman, what senator. Yeah, that's cool and all. And I get that. And while that is important, fine, just go with whichever political party you want, if that's easiest. But be realistic, like actually learn, look into what they're pushing. But your local elections, who's going to be your mayor? Who's going to be your state senator? Who's going to be your magistrate, your constable, your jailer? These are important. I urge you to get involved in local politics. Find out who's who, who's gonna be up for what, and rally the people around you. You can really change your community by changing the city council, who your jailer is, who your sheriff is, who your constable is. These things actually make huge differences in your community. The president, senator, congressman, yes, that's important, but they don't have direct impact on you. What's the gas prices in your town? Well, that's big government. What's the sales tax in your town? In your county? Ooh, that's local government. Huh. Is there a fucking tourist tax in your town? There is in mine. So if you buy something outside of city limits, it costs less than something in city limits. Oh, interesting. So yeah, local elections. All right, so let us. I'm going to share with you. Gonna see this on my... I will see this with you. Alright. Now, Zac Efron, who apparently had a rough go of it, but turns out to be a pretty decent guy once he got his shit together. Bonds with 81-year-old hero who inspired his film The Greatest Beer Run Ever movie. I was honored. I wasn't super excited about this movie. I have not seen it yet. But with all the hype and all this, moved away, calmed down. Looking into the story, it's actually a sweet, touching story. Sign on to play a dude still alive. So he meets up with this dude. Honored to have his story told, made Efron all the more honored to portray him. Greatest beer run. It's one of those unbelievable real-life scenarios that you just can't believe a guy got himself into. It's a beautiful story about human nature, love, and a really difficult war and time in history. He was on set pretty much most of the filming, despite the fact he knew nothing about show business and nothing about Zac Efron. Here was this Hollywood A-lister treating him with deference. I love the fact that he, 80-year-old dude, never watched High School Musical, right? Hey, Zac Efron, you had a crush on him when you were younger, right? Hey, apparently he was like this fucking smoking hot, good-looking dude in a Disney movie or Nickelodeon, whatever, right? And I don't know, I didn't watch any of that stuff. I'm old. I'm like 95. So this 80-year-old guy not knowing, hell, he's 10 years younger than me. Train. But yeah, Zac Efron apparently seems to be a pretty decent dude. Everyone that's worked with him seems to like him. Instinctively, I said, I like this guy. I had no mission to teach anybody anything. My mission was simply let the guys over there know that we truly, truly supported them. He added that he'd already seen the movie twice and feels Efron played him better than he did when he was actually living life. The then 26-year-old merchant mariner, merchant marines, a New York native, boarded a cargo ship and traveled all the way to the front lines. For Efron, the connection he made to the real-life hero was the biggest reward of all the effort that involved location shooting in terrible weather and having to maintain a handlebar mustache the whole time, adding he just wanted to turn in a performance Chicky could be proud of. Alright, well, the biggest reward of two things that sucked, yeah, I could have written that one better. I'm afraid to play the trailer because they'll fucking ding me. But yeah, that's sweet. That's touching. I like that. That's really nice. By the way, the person who I asked was the beautiful, amazing Alan. She hasn't answered back, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she had a big crush on Zac Efron. Alright. And yeah, I wanted to fucking do 3 random stories from the Good News Network. because I want to end things on a happy note. And I like the Good News Network. They don't get political, they just sell good news. Texas trucker is named Highway Angel for stopping to rescue a police officer in a pinned interview. Truck driver Gary Wilburn offering aid to an injured Arkansas state trooper. Wait, he's from Texas and he helped a guy from Arkansas? And he's a Navy veteran? I don't like you, man. Wait. Texan helping Arkansas? Navy, not Army? You know, here I am trying to read a good news story, and you're just an awful, terrible person. By the way, for anyone that doesn't recognize that I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm from Texas, by the way, and I'm an Army veteran. United States Army. Come back up. Yeah. So, I am shit talking the Navy. Why? Because they're my brothers. And we shit talk siblings. So there. If you're in the Navy and you feel disrespected by me, good. Now, if you are the mother, child, sibling, spouse, or close friend of a sailor or seaman, of a Navy veteran, or someone who's currently in the Navy, and you feel offended, I assure you, it is family picking on family. If that makes a difference. But yeah, fuck you, Navy. You lost in football yesterday. Sorry. But yeah, dude. I was in traffic for an hour before I saw the trooper. He's from San Antonio. Go Spurs. Some of the stuff I noticed was insane. No one's calling the police. Cars are driving by. No one's stopping to help them. Oh. A crashed state trooper on the side of the road. He was banged up really bad. Lower legs were broken. Upper legs were broken. He's pinned in. His legs were crushed really bad. Oh. He stayed with the officer until emergency personnel arrived, and he was airlifted to a local hospital. Wilburn, who's still upset, who's still fucking pissed off that no one had stopped, doesn't know what caused the accident, doesn't care. I'm that idiot that runs into burning buildings and pulls out pets. When I see something like that, I can't keep going about my day. Come on. Come on. Dude. Love it. Program started in 97. 1,300 truck drivers have been recognized as highway angels. Gary fucking Wilburn. Gary Wilburn, you fucking Navy fucker, helping out some Arkansas fucker. I'm with you. It's fucking bullshit. no one stopped to help him. I love the fact that this salty ass fucking veteran, instead of like, well, yeah, I helped him because it was a good thing to do. He was like, yeah, first thing is, fuck all those assholes that didn't stop, right? The very first thing is, yeah, he was fucking lower legs broken, upper legs broken, dude's all kinds of fucked up. And fuck all those bitches that drove by. Thank you, Gary. I like that. I'm with you on that. And then, oh yeah, I'll run into a burning house, save pets. I'm just a crazy motherfucker. Hell yeah, Gary. Hell yeah. Okay, internet is back. That's just weird. Alright, are we back now? Are we back now? Okay. Weird. Sorry about that. But, I have a second job. Or is it a third job? I don't know. I'm always working. I'm going second job. I work at a gas station. And this girl comes in. And she counts pennies. To, get $7.38 in gas. Something like that. And this woman, who's a total fucking stranger, goes, hey, cancel that, add $10 to it, bring it up again. Here's a $10 bill. Oh, okay. Hey, your friend? No, I don't know who that is. Total stranger. Are you sure? I've counted change for gas before. I don't have to now. But I've had to do it before. So yeah, $10. I'm like, alright. So I go ahead and punch it in, go ahead and go, hey, you got $10 added to your gas. What? Yeah, you just get $10 free gas. Don't worry about it. And some asshole buys $6 in lottery tickets, right? Because it's 2 Powerballs and 2 fucking Magic Mikes or something. I don't know. It's both quick picks, $3 a piece. So $3 a piece. You got these 2 and you got these 2. That's $6. Boom. And he's like, hey, no. It's $6 and $6. It's $12. Bring that up wrong. Oh shit. You're right. Oh man, I have to pay $6 out of my pocket. Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. That's really kind of you. Unbelievable. 2 just nice, good, positive things. By the way, the dude that was like, oh no, I owe you $6 more. I would love to be like, and he won. He didn't win. But next time I saw him, I did buy him a scratch off. A $3 scratch off. And it won for $5. Not that impressive, but you know, kind of nice. So yeah, I want to end with a couple of nice news stories and, you know, say a couple of nice things. Oh, I also do home health. I go into people's homes and I do their medication. I do their vitals. I try to make sure that their house is okay for them. You know, I got some cats in wheelchairs. I got some that can't bathe themselves. And, you know, just helping out the people that need help. And I also deliver meals to the elderly and handicapped. By the way, I'm paid for these, so don't be like, oh, that's nice. No, I get paid. It's a paying job, so I don't get to take credit for charity. One of my patients, whom I go into the home, not that often, but I deliver meals to more often. Always has a door open, you know. A few times it's not open, so, you know, you knock. Hey. Pepper. Made up name. And you step in, you know, hey, I brought your food. Which, it's annoying as fuck. Driving around, delivering food, going to all these people's houses, and it's a pain in the ass. It's annoying. But you get these fuckers that, you know, for various reasons, they're not able to cook for themselves. And they're like, thank you so much. You don't know what it's like to have a hot meal. Can't bitch about my job. Anyways, I go in and she's not there, and it's like, who is it? It's Jay. I brought your food. Where are you at? I'm sorry, are you in the bathroom? No, I'm in here. Yeah. So I go in there. And this particular lady, Betty, Pepper, she raised a bunch of foster kids. And she has spent her whole fucking life helping people. Doing this for them, doing this for that. Right? And she has three children that she's given everything for. And they are good kids. My age. Actually, 2 of them are older than me. 2 of them are in their 50s. I mean, just good woman. She lost one of her kids, so she has 3 alive, one that's passed. Fucking car accident, hit by a drunk driver. I might be a drunk, but I do not fucking drive when I'm drinking. Which bothers me. It's like, dude, you only had a couple drinks. Nope. Fuck that. Nope. Call a cab, bitches. And she is lying in the floor, and I, fuck this, fuck that. Pick her up. I'm like, no, I'll just fucking stay with you until. It's like, no, my daughter's coming. Daughter's coming from like an hour and a half away. Come on. But nope. Get her in the chair. She's comfy. I'm like, all right, well, when I get off work, I'm going to swing by. It's rough. Well, last week maybe, yeah. I pop in to deliver a meal. I'm just talking about Pepper with that situation, because it's so hard. After you bring her food, you just want to, it's hard to go on and deliver the next meal. You just want to stay with her and talk to her. She just doesn't get enough interaction. So I come to bring her a meal. Door's closed again. So automatically I'm like, oh no, she's had another fall. Knock on the door, open it, already amped up, and there's this fucking young ass fucking 20-year-old kid. Here's like this kid in his 20s, covered in fucking tattoos, piercings, right? I know, covered in tattoos. This young fucking kid's there. And I'm like, hey, where's I walk, I'm like, hey. He's like, who are you? Where is Pepper? Who are you? I'm bringing her food. Where is she? Guess what? Her fucking grandson had his 22nd birthday. And he was gonna have a big fucking party Friday night. Because he went to high school there. He's gonna meet up with all his old friends. He's gonna have this massive fucking giant fucking party. Just get wild as shit. Okay. Thursday morning, because he took his vacation. Thursday morning, he showed up in town and then spent the day with his grandmother, spent the night, and then Friday he was going to spend the day with her before he went to his big party. That's why he was there. Because he doesn't get to spend enough time with his grandmother. And it's like, kid, she's so lonely. She doesn't get to spend time with her family. She gave everything to her family so they could be successful and move away and go to do big things. And I'm always, yeah. She's always bragging about how great they are and all these great things they're doing. But she's so lonely. And it's like, breaks my fucking heart. It's like, yeah, all that and they can't. But you know what? They do. Because I did come by after work when she fell down. And her fucking nutter did drive a couple hours to come spend time with her. And her grandson really did fucking take an extra 2 days off so he could spend time with his grandmother and still party. So, yes. Pepper, you gave everything to your family, and you raised a pretty damn good family. Because you're one of the few patients whose family really does reach out and take care. I wish they could do more, but I can safely say they wish they could do more as well. So yeah. Putting gas in for strangers. That's beautiful. No, I'm not going to take advantage of a new person at a gas station and get free money. And a young kid making time for his granny. The world's always gonna be a fucked up place. Always have been. But there's good people. When you find them, celebrate it. Oh, and for anyone that's wondering, no, I'm not a good people. I'm worse than you. Think of the worst person you know, they're worse than me. Think of the third worst person you know, they're probably better than me. It is good to be back. It is good to see you again. Hope it's not too terrible seeing me. But, Alan confirmed. Yeah. Zac Efron was your crush, and I wasn't all that familiar with his work as a kid, but turns out he might be a kind of decent dude. So hell yeah. But Chris Pine looks better. Zac. Alright. So I think that will wrap everything up. And I know you're gonna be like, you're not OCD, you're not fastidious or orderly. But yeah, I'm OCD with numbers. I got a number thing. So because I was a little slow on wrapping it up, Alan's fault. I got another 20 seconds or so to do, so we're gonna go ahead and do an outro. And I just want to say I appreciate you watching. Everyone that comments, everyone that watches, thank you. I hope you have a great week. And here's my outro.